Squirrel Rosenberg Radio coming to you live and direct from the lab. It's a very, very beautiful, what is this, a Friday? Feels like a Saturday? Yo, it feels so nice right now on the radio as we get ready to kick back and blast off. But before we even do that, all the viewers that are clocking in right now, I just want to let you know, everything you're seeing, go to our YouTube channel, Squirrel Rosenberg TV, check that out. Everything you're hearing in the background, this classic, this exclusive on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio is available right here on the SoundCloud because we're gonna big up the guests that's in the house. But before we do that, you know my routine. First, I want to give a big shout out to my previous guests from Tuesday night show. Wow, when that hits the SoundCloud, when that hits the YouTube, you guys are gonna be so amazed. I want to give a big shout out to DJ Extreme, big shout out to my boy Punch. Big shout out to all RGF crew, everybody that came through on Tuesday and really took Squirrel Rosenberg Radio to the next level. All I can say to those crews, bong, and another bong. But tonight, it's even more special. I got a couple people in the house. You know I like to do big up my crew who's holding me down. I want to give a big shout out to Manny behind the camera. Give a big shout out to my boy E-Dub holding me down on the sound. Got Joe's in the house. You know, that's a regular crew that's really come by your boy and really, help to put the show together and keep things moving. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if I thought I was blessed on Tuesday, tonight I'm triple blessed. I am blessed to have DNA in the house. Bong. DNA in the house. And then people might be asking, wow, Squirrel, what's happening? You're getting some great acts on the show. I mean, what's really happening? I'm digging in the crates. I'm digging in my resources, and I'm bringing out the best and the finest that's bubbling in Patterson right now to let people know that, behind it all, and I got to give a big shout out to Freddie Watt, who's like the guy who's like trailblazing for everybody right now in Patterson. But we got a lot of talent in town. I'm going to be able to bring you the good stuff, and we're going to really get into this right now. So the stuff you're hearing, that's DNA's first single, second single?
First single.
Okay. Well, before we even do that, let's not jump the horses, and let's just go back and do this. Let me allow you to introduce yourself. So let's starting from my far left, I got...
Dub City.
It's your boy, Young A.
Okay.
It's your girl, Key Money Stacks, Key Logo, Key going to the shade on the mic.
Okay. Yeah, big shout out. Yeah, let's just toast the green bottles, Heineken to this Patterson movement right now. This is Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. Yo, nice. I tell everybody there's nothing more refreshing than a green bottle and great company. You know what I mean? Yeah, refreshing across the aspect. So let's just jump into this podcast real quick and get to know a little bit about DNA. Let's get to know about Avery, Dub City. Let's get about to know Key. What's the other marquee behind that?
I mean, I actually dropped the second key when I got older and more lit.
Okay.
So now it's just Key.
Okay. Thanks for the correction. We're gonna definitely make sure I don't double up the key. You know what I mean? I just keep it on the one key,
It's like
right?
a flashcard.
Yeah, no, you're very welcome. So DNA. What's the meaning behind that name? Who came up with that? No, let me go back to the beginning actually.
Yeah.
You guys are all from Patterson?
Nah.
No, just me.
Okay, we're in Patterson.
Over near Eastside Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grew up, lived in Patterson all your life?
I was born in Delaware, but I was raised in Patterson.
Okay. Nice. Mom and dad, everybody's from this area?
Yes.
Okay, big.
Avery. I'm from Jersey, we're down by Atlantic City way though.
Oh, nice. South Jersey, as they call it. Yeah, by the
Jersey.
shores, huh?
Yeah, by the shores. But it's Jersey, so we just look at it like the connection is always crazy.
Yeah.
Even though with her was more so,
I want to hear that story, but before you do that, Dub City.
Brixton, man. You know what I'm saying? The jungle. South Jersey.
Yeah.
Brixton. Yeah, what's so funny? You're in Patterson and you say jungle. We're like, dude, I mean, you probably have a botanical. Serious?
You learned some things down there. It's a small town.
When you say jungle here, we think you're talking about that botanical farm by you. You got roses.
They have boonies. It's not like farms out there.
That's what I'm saying. So when you say jungle, I mean,
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy out
Brixton,
there.
huh?
Yeah, it's been getting crazy.
Big shout out to Brixton.
Yep.
Yeah.
We trying to put our city on the map for something good. It's been so much negative. Every time we on the news, left and right, it's for something bad. So, we trying to be the face of my positive. You feel me?
Yeah. Yo, I like that. I really like that because even here, and that's why the show is doing so well, is every time you hear about Patterson, it's associated with something negative.
Bad, yeah.
You know what I mean? And what's so funny, and I'm gonna give a big shout out to Chris. You invited us to this sound open mic thing she was having on Saturday, and when I went, I was so moved and blessed to see young, positive, just across all genres, not only music but the photography and the painting.
Poetry.
People in Patterson that's just really bubbling. So it really gave me the the kick in the Keister to let me want to get out there and get my game tight and really bring this to the forefront, just let people know that there's a lot going on here. Definitely. So how did you guys get together?
Well, we got together, it was kind of a little long story, but to sum it all up, I had got offered a situation to be in a group, I'm a writer.
Okay.
So I write for different artists. I got a couple placements out there.
Mindless Behavior.
Mindless Behavior.
Oh, nice.
Case, Jaheim, just
oh, wow. Wow.
But, so it was somebody that was originally supposed to be in the group. You feel me? She came to me with the idea, like, this is dope. We should do it.
So even as a writer, you knew you had the ability to rap or sing. You knew you were vocally talented also.
Yes.
And not with just a pen.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
What was that? What did you just whisper?
I said Avery is the GOAT.
Yeah. On the low.
Yes.
On the low, this guy, he's, because me and him go way back. Like.
No, I respect the modesty, but go in.
Yeah, like me and him go way back. So we've been rocking for like 12 years now together.
Probably longer than that.
Probably a little longer than 12 years. So our chemistry is crazy, and she came right in. But on the low, this guy records, makes beats, writes songs, singing.
Dude, you're not Jamaican, are you? 'Cause you know how we say with Jamaica, you got 20 jobs. We out here moving, you know what I mean? So I want to make sure.
Don't let him fool you.
No, that's big. No, I really salute that, and I really salute the modesty. So let's just really, because what I want to do here on the show is get to know each of you, like microscopically, and then as a group.
Yes.
So let me start, ladies first. My mom brought me up right.
Yes, ladies
Let's
first.
do it.
Back to Key Dub.
Put the spotlight on.
Yeah, every time I come through, there's going to be another word behind that name. So get ready.
I do it to her.
Just get ready, all right? Get ready. So, Delaware, Patterson, where are your parents originally from? The United States? Were they?
Yeah, they're from here.
Okay.
Yeah, they were, I want to say born and raised in Patterson, but my mom might be a Southerner.
Okay.
I never did my research. But yeah, so we're all from Patterson.
Nice.
And they're very musical.
What about your grandparents? Where are they from?
The South, I think.
Hands up. Like kind of sticking you up, especially with your name being DNA. You really should know where your DNA
Right?
is
Seriously.
from, right? No, the reason why I'm asking because the next question I like to ask is, so what got you into performing or singing or into where you are right now? What was it? A family member you saw? Was it because you were going to church? What was it? It was the catalyst, if you can remember.
Yeah, it was actually both of those. Like both of my parents, they were band geeks. So
they played instruments or songs?
My dad, he sings, plays guitar, plays the drums, plays piano. My mom sings and plays the saxophone.
Oh, wow.
And they drag me to church every Sunday, and my mom's the choir director, so the rest
you were
is
doomed.
history.
You stood no chance.
Yeah, it was just like, all right, who ya?
Yeah, y'all got the same type of pop.
Yeah, right. So,
Right.
so you were singing at that time in church and around your family as you grew up?
Yes.
And what was sometimes your parents were like, oh, she's the best.
Yeah.
But on the real, like, yo, she sucks. I mean, what was the census like? Basically, were they always supportive 100% because they felt like you had that?
They were supportive, but I confused them a bit because I went to college for dance. Like I was a dance major.
Oh, nice.
So everybody thought I was going to be like the ballerina girl or whatever until I like wrote a song and then
Wrote yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, I was just in a writing mood and then my friend said you should sing it and then it was a song and that's how I became a singer, I guess.
Wow. Big shout out to that.
Right.
Wow.
But yeah.
So even now as you look back, you can remember that moment when you wrote that one song and put it
I
out
remember
there.
where I was at. It was just, I'll write all my songs in the park. I like to just go to the park and
Why?
just
Because it's the
write.
nature connect?
Yeah. And it's just, I don't like feeling closed in. Like, I can't write in my
energy,
room.
them vibes.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Right,
like,
yeah.
It's
Vibes.
all
in a
about,
box.
no, the reason why I ask is, and we keep reverting to this. I had one of my boys on the podcast. His name was Matt, and he spoke about the connection that we as human beings have with nature.
Yeah.
When you go out, and that's why I ask you, what was that like? You go out and you just really be still within yourself, and you really take a moment to just really just check out the sky, even
Yes.
that one blade of grass. And I'm not talking about if you're on some form of drug. You're
No,
just being
just
conscious,
naturally.
of the space. So that's why I was really impressed by your writing apparatus and how do you get down. So that's big. So now you've been writing going forward or working with Avery, so he's writing most of the songs now, or how's that working?
Yeah, he writes most of the songs. We kind of like tag team. I'll throw a line in or two just to get my swag up in there. But, like,
Sprinkle a little key.
yeah, Salt made that shit.
Nice.
But yeah, Avery, he's definitely pulling me out of my comfort zone because
Yeah.
I'm an old school neo soul head.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, so this is a different lane for me, but it's definitely lit.
Yeah,
I gotta
she
tell
lit.
you, one of the, I mean, because I really just met you now, and I can tell just by the energy that you're having fun.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I can tell by it. So this is big. So listen, everybody, Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. You're being blessed to be at the table right now with DNA.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
Avery. I got Dub City. We got Key.
It's lit.
Lit in the house.
Litty.
Yeah, we're gonna keep changing up. We're gonna take a quick break, come back, jump into Avery's story, jump into Dub City's story, and you know what's gonna happen on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio tonight. We're gonna get on the 1 and 2s. We're gonna drop some instrumentals. We're gonna let you know exactly what you're made of because you're gonna deliver. You know what I mean? Yo, stay tuned. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, Squirrel Rosenberg TV. 1.
Let me tell you about me now. Let me tell you about
Classic right here on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. What is this?
That me now, man.
Oh my
That
God,
me
that is
now. You
hot.
feel me? Let me tell you about me now.
Wow. We're gonna come
Yes.
back. We're gonna come back and marinate on that because I'm telling you, the way it's banging in the back right now on the SoundCloud. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. I gotta tell you, and I say this every time, we need to have a camera on when we take a break because the energy and the vibe of
crazy.
It's just as we say here at Rosenberg Radio, organic. You know what I mean? And that's what's really sexy about it because when I look back and saw the way all this all came in from DJ Extreme coming and blessing me with and then bringing you guys in. I mean, I gotta tell you this much. Big shout out to Charlemagne the God. I'm sound like I'm zigzagging right now, but I'm not because he wrote that book, Black Privilege.
Yeah.
Let me just hold it up right now.
Okay.
Opportunity comes to those who create it.
That's
And I'm
right.
telling you right now, when you listen to the podcast that we did with DJ Extreme and Punch, you know, I saw an opportunity, he saw an opportunity, and we both took it. And that's why he was sitting here the following couple days. And then he hit me, he's like, yo, I got this group, bro. I know how you move. I know you don't want to talk to everybody, but I know you want to get some good people, bong, bong, bong. And when he
That's
sent me a
love.
text, I had somebody scheduled tonight, but I prioritized.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Appreciate
love.
you, right?
That's love, man.
I'm telling you this much.
Y'all
I'll
hear
tell you
that?
right now, I have not, since you walked in, the minute you guys, by the way, thank you so much for taking the trek up Mount Everest to get into the lab.
Word.
No, I appreciate what was that walk like?
It was like a 2.5 hour ride, but it was love, man. I was
7-day walk.
I was relaxed.
Yeah, we relaxed.
I was
We
relaxed.
usually counsel people on the way up. We tell them,
Dad.
pace yourself, rest on the third, and then take the other trek up.
I laid down. I had a text that said, "Yeah, tomorrow I'm there."
Yeah, no, but thank you so much for coming up and taking the
Facts.
journey up and
Yeah.
being here and blessing us. So before we left off into the break, we were getting off Kiki. Let me rephrase that. Oop, just lost a cool point right there. Let's get off. Key Dub was explaining.
Dub.
Yeah.
Key Dub was just explaining, her roots and how she came into the person who she is right now.
Yeah.
The singer, the writer that you are, the inspiration, which was inspired by nature and being out in nature.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yo, I like that. That's
Feel
big.
me?
Yeah, so let's just segue a little, and I want to hear on Avery.
Yeah.
What's Tell me a little bit about your background growing up. What was that like? What pushed you to be so artistic?
I mean, I started off, real talk, I started off just being an artist. Point blank period. I love to draw. To this day, I can draw you sitting here just how you is.
Wow.
So that's what I did first, you know. Mom Deuce got me all the type of equipment.
Cooking.
Yeah, all type of stuff.
Hands
Yeah,
on.
he cooks
So
too.
then, you know, as the years went along, I started getting into cooking, you know what I mean? Because my grandma and my mom cooked.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
but I come in the church, you know, come up in the church like Key do, you know what I mean? But I was a drummer. I didn't know I sang or anything. I didn't know I had that
He was a
talent.
drummer. That's crazy.
I didn't know I had that talent.
Talk
So
to me.
Basically, it was like, you know, that's what I did. You know, I played for quartet groups, choirs, all type of things. You know, that's what I was
Are
doing.
you nice on the drums, bro?
I'm nice like
Yeah,
that.
he nice.
Nasty with it.
You feel me? I play. So, you know, long story short, you know, I had to be at least like 8th grade when I really first learned I could sing. And I was singing to myself.
Okay.
And you know, this girl was like, "You can sing," and I was like, "Oh,
A
you know,
girl.
I took that to heart." You know?
You gotta believe the shorty.
The shorties,
Yo,
yeah.
remember when we were saying a little bit off mic about the power of woman?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Power.
Turned him to who he is.
Listen, I went home
shorty
and
made
changed my
you.
whole way of life after that. Clothes and all, real talk.
Talk to me.
I was talking to
Nah,
my
that
mom
is
like,
facts,
and
though.
everything, like, yo, I want this. This is how I want to be. Before I go to high school, you feel me? Because I was still in 8th grade at the time. So I wanted to be a certain way and have a certain vibe.
I love that focus. I love
You know
that.
what I mean? So
Do you remember who that girl was? Come
shout
on.
out to the girl.
I was
I
about
don't
to
know.
say.
Yo, Manny, which is our close-up? Which is our close-up, bro? Let's him look in the camera right
feel
now.
me?
Yeah,
Give him the
dude.
close up.
Talk to her.
You get all the praise. I don't know who you is. I forgot your name, but yo, it was love. You feel me? You
Yeah.
said you got it. I was like, all right, cool, I got it.
That's big.
feel me?
That's big. That's
That's
big. Yeah, toast to her, bro.
You feel
Come
me?
on.
Toast to
Toast to
her.
you.
She named Avery.
Thank you.
Word.
As we wet our palate with this cool, refreshing Heineken. So yeah, so she puts that on you. You know, go change your whole swagger.
Yeah.
Are you going genuine style? Are you going? What kind of music were you influenced by at that time? Was
At
it
the-
Jodeci? What were you rocking to
At
back
that
then?
point in time, the artist Mario had just dropped.
Oh wow, it's even.
So he had just dropped his first single. So it was like the only thing we ever heard in the hood other than my homeboy. He was signed to Rockefeller at the time.
Yeah.
He was like another artist that was like, you know what I mean, influential to me. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
The first and only kid signed to Jay-Z.
We was around him from the gate.
From the gate. So
Who's he?
My boy,
Young Steph.
Okay.
So
Shout
we
out
were
to
around him
Steph.
since 15, 14.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He was young, 14, 15.
Signed.
in the game.
Signed.
Signed.
So this was somebody we looked up to, you know what I mean? Basically like
Right in your
damn,
circle.
Yeah, right in
Yep.
our hood. We like, damn, bro made it. He made it out of the hood, like we could do it. And that was always our inspiration.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie. He
That
definitely
he
was.
always the one that always like, yo, bro, y'all there. You know what I mean? Even when we wasn't there.
Even when we wasn't there, he used to tell us
He
like,
saw
y'all
that
got
in
it.
you.
He seen it from the
And
rip.
he is signed.
That's kind of how I started singing too. Honestly, we get into that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna swing around.
the
here,
rapper,
bro.
but I got some notes.
So now you're a drummer.
Yeah, I'm a drummer.
You're singing
Yeah.
based on what this young lady tells you.
Yes.
So when do you really grab the mic and belch out something where we're like, oh,
I grabbed the mic when my homeboy introduced me to the team that I've been with since I was
Since then.
15.
Same team we
The
with.
same team. I've been with them, and my homeboy was like, "I'm bringing you to the studio, a real studio," because we was recording at my boy Tech House.
Mm-hmm.
That we was recording in his basement, but that wasn't nothing. That was just something to do. Like,
Yeah.
just hang out, record.
You feel me?
Yeah.
When he said we going to a real studio, I was like, all right, it's about to be lit. But when I get in there, I don't know what to expect. So I was like, damn, my mouth dry. I need something to drink. So he handed me this soda, but it was flat. It was this orange cream soda. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna make it work. You feel me?
Yeah.
He's like, that's all I got. I was like, all right, well, you know. So I made it work. You know, shout out to my team, HHBF Film.
Yeah.
You know
Big shout out. Big
H's.
shout out.
You know what I mean? They've been rocking with me ever since. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's
lit.
It's just been a thing. You know, I've been on tours. I've been on everything. I've been
Wow.
just trying to make it happen. Me and my partner here. So
Definitely.
me and my partner, we never been in a group before. Like I was always I was in a group. You know what I mean? Same type of vibe. I was in a group before. It was 2 singers.
Okay.
It was 3. All of us sang. Matter of fact, all of us really went in. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We called the Voices, and he was in the group.
I was in the group too at the same time.
Singing?
I was the rapper. I started off in a 5-member group. It was called 85609, and then that trimmed down to 2 rappers and 1 singer.
Yeah.
856.
85609. That's
No,
like
but when you got trimmed down, it got trimmed down to 856.
it went from the 609 to 856. Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well say, 'cause that's all we kept saying after a while, 856.
So we kind of have experience on being in the group, so that's why we know.
We kind of know how it is to manage personalities. 'Cause
Yeah.
what it was for us, we kind of realized that people their dedication went all the way there, like we wanted it to be. So this is the reason why we're still here doing what we're doing. You know, shout out to the people that were there. You know what I mean? Because they helped us. You know what I mean? They gave us vibes and they gave us the know-how to you know what I mean, to keep it going. You know what I mean? So.
But we stayed with it.
You know, we stayed with it. You know what I mean?
Here's what I like. And, you know, on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, when you drop a jewel, what that means is when you say something profound, you know, we want to, like, catch it and have you say it again. Because then when the viewers hear it, you'll be like, yo, we're listening to these artists or we're listening to these people and hear what they're talking about. And this is something that a principle they can apply. And without even know it, every time you've spoken, I've heard about support and sticking to it. And that's big. So Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, without even knowing it, everybody's dropping some serious jewel, because at the end of the day, the stick-to-itiveness to work through when friends are falling off or circumstances are not.
He preaching.
Man.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, but you know what's so funny? The reason why I think it's a common thread between us here right now is because Squirrel Rosenberg show is based on that. You know
Dedication.
what I mean? My boy E-Dub came in, Manny came in, and we're like, yo, we're gonna ride out. You know, but then there's some people we approach and it's like, no, this, son, I'm telling you right now, the stick-to-itiveness is, yo, let's toast to riding out, right?
Definitely, because y'all got this place smoking.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Feel me?
So as we get ready to wrap on Avery, if I were to ask you, who was, say, because what I liked also, that the two most influential people that you've mentioned during our little powwow was your grandmother and your mom. And off camera, we were just talking about this massive contribution of women. So I'm not trying to load the question, but let me ask you this. Your last question. Who would be the most influential person, as you say, growing up?
My most influential person?
Up to this age, because you're still growing.
Up to this age, I would have to say my management team. Because, you know what I mean, I didn't have my father in my life like that. You know what I mean? So these guys were there. These guys were there since, these guys, you know what I mean, even when my mom
took
was
us in.
like, what's going on with you? You know what I mean? Because music is my life. You know what I mean? This is my living. This is how I make my bread. You know what I mean? This is how I'm paying the bills.
Facts.
I feel your passion.
So it gotta work some type of way. You know what I mean? But once my mom started seeing it happen, she's like, oh, son. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I want to give a huge big shout out to Mom Dukes. Today her birthday.
Come on. Big shout out. Wow.
Happy birthday.
This is how significant this is going to be. We're going to close this segment on that right there. What's your mom's name?
My mom's name is Janice.
Yeah, big shout out to Janice. Lift your green box. Everybody in the studio. Bon. Happy birthday, Janice. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, Squirrel Rosenberg TV. DNA. Key Dub, Avery, Dub City.
Yeah.
We'll be back. More. One. Guys, classic, right?
Yeah.
Everything about this moment, the music we're hearing, I gotta tell you, I'm extremely impressed.
That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
I'm extremely, round of applause. Clap
it up.
Yeah, I'm extremely, the stories we're getting, and we didn't even get a chance to touch on, and that's what's gonna happen on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio tonight. You know we did, as we did with DJ Extreme and Punch, we close the podcast and then we open up a couple more tracks for us to either run your stuff
Yeah.
and of course run the freestyle movement. But what I've heard so far, I'm extremely impressed. But we were talking behind the scenes as we get ready to get into this segment, and I just want to remind everybody, thank you for tuning in. Squirrel Rosenberg TV on YouTube's channel is going to be blazing this, or SoundCloud, Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. See us on Instagram,
Yep.
all the social media platforms, and of course we're going to be tagging everything that DNA got to put out on our social media platform. They're going to be tagging us. This is a family movement that you're seeing right here as we're broadcasting live and get everything moving. So let me just segue on this real quickly, because we were talking about how interesting everyone is.
Definitely.
Although we're so different.
Yeah.
And I was just driving around the other day, and I saw people which we're all so similar. Skin, face, hands, hair.
Yeah.
So similar.
Right.
But yet so different.
Yes.
You know, so I'm driving around, and forgive me for being, this guy who kind of overanalyze stuff, but then you wonder how massive the information that's been carried on the DNA strand,
Right.
to make such a kaleidoscope of people.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? I don't mean to get all deep with the big words, but I know you know what I'm trying
Nah, I
to say.
know
right
exactly
here.
what you're
You know
saying.
what I'm saying?
That's
Straight. I couldn't express it any other way.
Millions of people.
Million-
We all got the same hands, eyes, feet, ears, but everybody is
So
very different.
And then when you expound, no, check this out. When you expound on the story,
Yeah.
right? Our stories are all so different, but guess what? They all connect.
They all connect.
Amen.
But that's what's crazy though. 'Cause
Oh,
we-
amen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pastor Key over here is killing it, yo.
Reverend Key Money
Reverend Key,
Stacks.
No,
So-
serious, no. But amen is the only word you could really say behind that, and I respect you for
Facts.
drawing that.
That's true.
No, you were saying.
That's crazy because we say that we from South Jersey, so it's like we always say, "Dang, this is Jersey. This is a whole nother part that we don't
Even
be
know
around."
about, right?
We from
You know
South
what I mean?
Jersey.
But
This
it's
a whole
Jersey.
different
But the
way.
connection is crazy though.
Yeah.
That's what bring it to. That's what That's
The
what's-
connection is crazy.
It's crazy, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. We never
We
thought it would
collide.
be like that, cause we you know what I mean. We consider South, so a lot of people from North, they were like, man, South Jersey, they ain't Jersey.
You know, I said
That's
that.
Philly.
I said that to you. It's like, what are you talking about, jungle?
Yeah,
bro?
it's
You live
crazy.
You ain't in the jungle, you
You're
heard?
living with
The
daffodils
jungle.
and butterflies float around. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? But it's the similarity. And what's so funny, and we were talking about this on the other show. There's no coincidence,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's why I'm being so. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's why I'm being so granular in asking my questions about where you guys are from.
Right.
How did you get? Because I want to know how the heaven sweet name, this beautiful group came together. All these talented people. So let's swing into my man here real quick.
Dub City.
Dub
Yeah.
City. Let's swing into Dub City and really get this moving right here.
Yeah.
So bless me with the story. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Bridgeton, New Jersey, originally.
Bridge.
I'm all Puerto Rican, so my family come from
Boricua.
Puerto Rico. Yeah.
But
All Puerto Rican.
you're my Caribbean neighbor, so I
Hey.
guess everybody already know that I'm Jamaican, especially on Sunday with the rice and peas.
Oh
so.
yeah, so we from the
Let me
island.
give
Coming
that
over
up.
for dinner.
We from the
me
we
give that
from
up,
the
but yeah.
island.
But Puerto Rico, but Brixton.
Yep, I'm from Bristol, man. I'm born and raised in America though. You know what I'm saying Bristol, New Jersey.
What's the family makeup like?
Oh man. Well, you know.
I don't know. That's
My
what I'm
mom,
asking.
listen, I was born in Bristol Villas, which is a projects out Bristol, New Jersey. So me coming up, I don't know no Spanish at all.
Yeah.
I was around all
You don't know nothing.
I was basically around all black people basically. So all I did coming up was fight. Yep. Fight and flip.
You feel?
Fight and flip on mattresses. And get my ass whooped from my mom.
So
Being bad.
Yeah. So was it fight to survive or fight just because there were just hard knocks in the neighborhood and you guys? Because I
think it
see how
was-
cats play in the neighborhood, bro.
both going
You know what I mean?
Yeah, word up. In the beginning, I think it was more like who this dude? Like I was, mind you, I'm like the only. It's like my family and like another two groups of families out there that's like Puerto Rican. So I was like, who this dude? You know what I mean? He's our cut, but I was Puerto Rican. So in the beginning, at young, I was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Just that, and then I became cool with everybody. Everybody started to learn me, fuck with me.
Was your name always Dub City?
No, it was actually
Go in.
it was school.
school.
Short for Scooby Doo.
Yo, big shout out for going in. A round of applause, sir. Round of applause for going in on that. Scooby-Doo.
Young
Short for Scooby
How did you
Doo.
get the name like Scooby-Doo, bro?
Middle school, a girl cracking on me.
Back to a girl?
Yeah. So you look like Scooby Doo.
Make a break, quick. Make a
Yeah,
break.
Make
just-
a break. You.
Make a break right
Yeah,
there.
it went from Scoob, and then we dropped the B when I got cooler in 9th grade.
Oh, okay.
So it was school. It was just school.
Okay, nice.
Still got it tatted on me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Big.
Yeah, so, you know. And, you know, growing up, I lost my dad at 10. So I got 3 other brothers, but 2 from the same dad.
Okay.
I mean, I got one that's old. We all 2 years apart.
And
So
that
I'm the
whole
middle.
process, what were your, I mean, if you don't feel like answering, I'm sorry, but I like to get to the, these intimate moments because,
Right.
you know, as I said, we were talking, everybody is connected. Your relationship with your dad before he passed away was solid, or what
It was
that?
solid. Like, he left us. Basically, he was a fighter, too. He was real big and cocky. That's why even though I'm skinny, I still got cut in.
Son, you're like your boy.
I'm
Skinny
skinny,
strong.
yeah, I'm skinny strong.
Skinny strong, son. That's the
All
new
I
thing.
did at 8 years old was lift
No,
weights.
for real,
Think
son.
about
I'm
it, take
skinny
you
strong, bro.
outside.
Skinny cut.
Skinny-
Lifting weights, I was about 10, 8, lifting weights, and
Yeah.
he taught us how to work out all day, eating. You know, I remember him clearly. Let's say that. Remember him clearly. Then 10, he passed away, and from there it was me and my brothers had to get together, get strong, team up, and we fly. We like homeboys. I actually do music with them too.
Oh, big.
Yeah, I do
big.
music with them too.
So it's just great to know that your father was, had such an influence, because you hear the
Yeah.
typical story, which
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
and not to say your story is typical, but
Yeah.
because when you get to know everybody, reaction to that loss is different.
Right. That's my motivation. Yeah, that's my motivation.
So
I got a
really-
little boy.
Oh, big.
Yep.
I know. Do you find yourself duplicating your father?
Man, they said I'm mean. I never thought I was gonna be the mean guy. I'm always smiling, but they talk. You need to loosen up. That's how my dad was. He was.
You notice subconsciously you duplicate your parents. You notice
Hey.
that, right?
Sit down. You better
Don't
not
do
move.
that. Don't do that. Now I got him lifting weights and doing all. Listen,
Oh, wow.
my little boy here, he on it.
That's big. Let's toast that presence, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
big.
yeah, yeah.
So now you grew up in this neighborhood, and just let me know how you got into the music and started rapping.
All right, so at I think I was 15 at this time, and I was going to school. I wasn't interested in school at this time no more. It started becoming like deja vu. It was just the same thing happening over and over, and then that town started getting bad, so it was really wanting no learning. It was coming to school to go beef, basically.
Oh, okay.
So I'm writing. I'm in class. I'm writing. My boy was like, "Yo, it's Blase. He's living in Atlanta. He was actually in my group before, the 85609 group.
okay.
Go ahead, yo, bro." He told me, "Listen, I'm putting a studio together. It's called The Come Up with our other boy, JS. Is Vin D's is our other boy that we used to write with. He got a
yeah.
couple placements out there on the Marion, a couple
Shout out to
people's.
the bull.
Shout out to my man JS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But he brought me to his studio. I did a song there. I go to school. I play it for everybody. They went crazy. Like, yo, you can rap. Your voice is just different.
Nice. Who's on the production?
Me. I recorded myself. I've been recording myself since. That's what we do. We record
Yeah,
ourselves.
We self-sufficient.
We self-sufficient. We record ourselves.
Yeah,
I
so
go
it's
hit the
like
button
when
and
they
run
call
to the
us
booth.
out, and they know, yeah.
You're Usain Bolt, my dude. You hit the button and dash the.
I hit the button and go to the booth.
Oh yeah,
that's
it's one of
big.
those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got there. Long story short, I ended up. My mom brought me to the Twins, which is H&H, the people who we dealing with right now.
Okay.
She brought me to them. They was putting their studio together at this time, and I was the first guy who got to sit in the studio, and I didn't know what a booth was. They was like, "Look, we gonna get you in this booth, but I want you to write with my brother." Their brother was older. It was like maybe 20-something. I was 15.
What did you feel about? What do you think about that? I mean, you're coming.
I'm like, damn, I'm jumping pretty fast. I went from my boy's studio one day, and the next day I'm waiting on the studio to get built.
Oh wow.
I know nothing about no booth, no nothing. I don't even know how to rap really, but they telling me I know how to rap.
Boy, you good.
Yeah, I like that.
boy
Back to your talent. Your
Yeah.
hidden talent. Yeah, go in.
So I'm writing with the brother, and they're building the studio. It took about a month or two. Long story short, I was the first person to bless the booth. I went in there, I did a song. I can't remember the name of the song, but I was flipping on it. I was rapping on it, and I learned how to write structure from the brother, how to do a hook. So basically, my manager told me, "Go home. I need you to write about 5 songs."
Yeah.
I come
I was
right
going
on.
to ask you that. When you mentioned that you wrote your first song, and everybody's talking about writing. I
Yeah.
mean, for somebody who doesn't know what that means, You know, how do you say you write a song? I mean, what do you do? I mean,
That's
do I sit
crazy.
down and go, okay, woke up this morning, hit my toe off, walk into the shower.
See,
I mean, yes,
the
come
old-
on. I
The
mean,
old
Like-
school way is basically you get a pen and pad.
Yeah.
And you put the track on, and you like, okay, this is how I'm gonna do it. The new school way is, you know what I mean?
You
grab
go in
that
and
microphone
vibe,
and you just vibe whatever comes to your
freestyle,
head.
give it some melody,
Give
and
it
then
some
add
melody.
words later.
And then add the words later.
well, slow down. They're dropping jewels.
Hey.
You said,
Hey.
give it some melody.
Give it some
and
melody.
then add the words later.
Then
Yep.
add the words
So what do I
later.
do?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you find out
whatever
what
feel
works for
like,
you.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
You feel
no.
me?
Oh, keep going.
Easy gonna tonight, you and I. I'm the rapper, man.
Yeah, okay.
But
No,
you're
but,
a singer
no,
too.
but okay. So here's the deal. I love when people stay in their lane because right now I sound like a rooster getting strangled. You know what I'm saying? Because like, that's not my lane.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Right.
And then I ask you to explain because I want my listeners to understand when you say, you know, go in there and hum and get in a rhythm. You just did that right now, and I know I got it.
Right.
So I don't need to go in there and just move my neck around. Don't say shit.
Go.
You know,
Say
because,
shit
no,
later.
because that's not my talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
go in there and do this.
Come on, director, key work with your boy. That's not my talent. You know what I mean? So
feel me?
I just had to marinate, but that was big. I love that.
Yeah,
Right.
So okay,
yeah.
cool. So now we got how you. All right. So you start writing, and then you're in this. Okay.
I got in a group with the 85609 members, and we ended up opening up.
that name.
Okay, our city is 856, which is Bridgeton, New Jersey.
Okay.
But we used to be, that's our area code, and it used to be 609. Somebody in that group came up with colliding them and knocking off 85609.
I was clever. I ain't even.
Yeah. It does have a nice flow to it.
Yeah.
As a matter of
I'm
fact,
like, fuck it, we gonna roll with it.
let me put that in my pick 4 and pick 3 for tomorrow.
Right.
Because
85609, put it in.
But pick 5 or something. That was a very creative
Yeah.
flow. So
Yo,
Don't
I need a
forget.
piece of that. Whoever went out there, I need a piece of
Yeah,
that.
that's
always
big,
telling our numbers.
So all right, cool. So the group.
I get in the group, and that's back to our guy, Young Steph, who was signed. That's when I met him, and he was signed with. He just got off of Rockefeller, as a matter of fact. He was reconstructing himself,
Okay.
and he got with Atlantic Records. When he got with Atlantic Records, I ended up going on tour with him, and I opened up for him with the group,
Ooh.
and we toured all down south.
Massive
It
step.
was live.
So I'm
Yo,
15 at this
What
time.
was that like, bro?
It
Do
was-
you remember walking on that stage, or do you remember hearing that?
I got footage. I got footage all over YouTube with them, me signing autographs, them going crazy, and all type of stuff.
Yeah, it's
Muzzle.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yup. Just go YouTube 85609.
You too.
Once again, it rolls off the tongue. Yeah. So Bing. So I kind of want to get to the point where this becomes a synergy.
Yeah.
Facts.
This is a synergy right
How
here.
did that happen?
He gave me a call one day. I'm at my crib. I ain't did music in about 2 years.
Yeah.
We didn't get to the part where I got pistol whipped and I quit music. I had went to surgery. I got my face redone, plastic surgery. I got plates in my face. So I don't even want to rap or sing.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy
So
gave me a
if
call.
Kanye West thought he had it hard,
Oh,
Right.
man.
you right?
Yeah, facts.
I got beat with a 380 10 times for no reason. Just being in my crazy town. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you survived that, and you're about to bring the
You're
raw,
so
right?
beautiful, Stu.
Yeah. So how
one at a
how
time.
does this synergy connect?
Yeah.
Guy calls me like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, I'm at the crib. Like, you still making music? Yeah, I was still recording. I ended up having like a little, just something mini at the crib, still playing with it, trying to get my feels back.
Writing.
Yeah, I stayed always messing with my brain, you know what I mean? Freestyling and stuff. But he calls me like, yo, I got this group situation, you know what I mean? We looking for a girl, but you fit the perfect. They trying to do like a Big Sean type vibe with like a Chris Brown with a Rihanna type vibe. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We fit the description. He knew I rapped and sung and I wrote music too, so I'm like, let's do it.
It was a no-brainer
Man, from
for
that
me.
day,
Wow.
man, we took off. I ain't gonna lie.
And we took off.
So explain how Key snuck in the whole picture.
I had the first to give a shout out to Miss Chanel Red, you know what I mean?
Yes.
She brought her to the table.
Shout outs to Chanel.
No, what up?
We were dealing with her, you know what I mean? She has this reality show that she's doing called The Writers Rumble. It's pretty dope.
Okay.
About writers and producers getting together and battling it out, you know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what I'm a part of. So we could her up, was like, yo, we need somebody that's dope that we can put in this group. And my management hit her up on that tip, and next thing you know, she comes through, and we're like, oh, I'm feeling her out, you know what I mean? Just trying to feel the vibe.
Trying to get her vibe. We was trying to get
trying to
energy.
catch
So was her energy like now where she's just like coming and dominating and chilling, or was she like scoping you guys out? What was that like for you, Key?
Honestly, I didn't know what I was walking into.
Wow.
She was like, hey, just give it a chance. And I was like, all right, because that's all I do in life. So
Yeah, I like that.
But whoa. See what I'm talking about? She just dropped a jewel on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. So let's just go back and slow that up so everybody can understand what you just said. You didn't care what it was because you what?
I just wanted to take that chance because it was
Wow.
with music, and that's all I knew.
That open
So-
heart, that open mind,
Yeah.
that openness.
That's how we all are. That's crazy.
And on the real, you could have said no
Right,
and blocked all that blessing.
right.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
my homegirl, she brought like I said, my homegirl brought the group to me before. You know what I mean? She had this guy named Kenny Ortiz. You know what I mean? He was responsible for SWV. That was his group.
Oh wow!
You
Yeah.
know, the
Pharrell,
Neptune,
yeah.
Chad and Pharrell.
Oh,
You know,
sweet.
the Neptunes,
Yeah.
Neo. You know what I mean? Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh,
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Ryan
these are,
Toby.
these
All
are
major
artists I
names.
like, bro.
Yes.
These ain't no one-hit wonders, basically.
Right.
Yeah. These are all artists I like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So he had this whole vision of, you know what I mean, a group, you know what I mean? I don't know if you're familiar
What's
with
his name?
His name is Kenny Ortiz.
Okay.
He had this whole vision of a group, you know what I mean, coming together with two guys and a female.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like sort of like how Shalimar was back in the day.
Dude, I was about to go back to that old.
Yeah, that was his
I
whole
wouldn't say
feel.
old, but you know those classic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
classic.
Shalimar. Ooh,
Yeah, that was his
Jody
whole
Watley.
feel. Yes, exactly.
Man.
You know what I mean? That he was responsible for some, you know what I mean, working with one of the artists
Okay.
from Shalimar. So, you know what I mean, his whole vibe was that, you know what I mean? So we looked at it like, okay, Shalimar. But we was like, okay, let's turn it up. So we like, you know, Fugees, City High, you know what I mean? Let's add all that into it too.
Big
so
Fugees
now
fan
it's
here.
like
That trap.
all that in one, but now it's like, you know, 2017.
2017, it's that trap soul, but we saying something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We trying to
saying
bring
something
that hip hop back, like we saying something. You
Which
know
is
what I mean?
what's so funny, man. E-Dub and I were saying this, you know, no disrespect to a lot of the music that's out right now, but it's
Right.
that mumble rap. Yeah, so I can't get into that, bro.
Me either.
You know, I want, you know.
And if
yo,
we let it go on, it's gonna keep getting worse to the point.
Dude, I mean, I got to be honest with you. When I had, you know, Punch and DJ Extreme and what's the name of old kid, the boy over here?
Lyrics galore or something?
Oh yeah, lyrics galore. Yeah, we were on a freestyle session, bro, and when these guys were going in, I mean, it was clarity. It was just writing on the. It was, and it brought me back to what made me got into this whole hip hop movement. You know,
Right,
just
right.
being aware and just killing it. But here's what I want to do. I want to take this moment to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I want to come back on the last segment where
Yeah.
you guys are gonna sing us in on an acapella.
Yeah.
Right. Then we're gonna bust in one of your records. That's about which record do you want to play, Key?
What we doing, Kay?
What we doing?
What
We
we-
do have a song that's dropping. I don't know if
Can we
I
drop
had
it here?
email. I mean,
Okay,
you know.
okay.
Can we drop it here?
Okay, what? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
just anybody.
Yeah, it's
That's
lit.
what's the name of the record?
It's not just
Not
anybody.
Written by,
Written by us
All of
three.
us.
DNA 3.
produced
three.
by.
Produced by the producers I know because we just working on that.
Okay, cool. Done deal. Done deal.
Yeah,
Done
I
deal.
mean-
Done
The
deal.
track
All right.
is fire.
So let's do
Track
this.
is
Squirrel
fire.
Rosenberg Radio. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back. We're gonna bust in with a classic acapella instrumental. Come back in as we get back, and then we're gonna go into this new single that's coming out. What's the name of the single, Key?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Not just anybody. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. Squirrel Rosenberg TV. One.
pocket, you need to stop it.
One time.
I'm flexing on your ex and you know it.
You know it, you
going.
know it.
I'm
now.
shitting on the next and you know it.
Keep going.
So don't you take it personal, personal, personal.
Squirrel Rosenberg Radio.
Why you taking it personal? When I was down, you didn't know me.
Facts.
But now you catching feelings, feelings. But why you catching
You know I'm the
feelings?
rapper, so I gotta talk to him.
Yeah,
Feelings.
no doubt.
Somebody else gotta shine.
I remember way back when
When?
you ain't know me way back then.
Then.
Now I'm laughing to the bank with a whole lot of Franklins about to cash in.
And.
You got brand new on it.
Brand new.
Now you old news on it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
turned to a trap queen and that wasn't my thing and no, wasn't really cool with it. So I kept it pimpin' getting to the money. I ain't acting different, you ain't getting nothing from me. Wasn't with me through the pain, wasn't with me through the rain. So why should shit change when the shit gets sunny?
Easy.
Hold up.
Easy.
Hold up.
Easy.
He talking facts
Squirrel
though.
Rosenberg
Hold up.
Radio. We just wanted to give you a little taste of what we're sitting here with, because you know what's so funny? My audience is like, wow.
Yeah.
Those could not be the same guys. They were just talking about the way they grew up, how intense they were. And I told
That's
my boy
crazy.
E-Dub, let's just come in on an acapella and let this just marinate.
Wow.
Guys, toast.
Let's toast up to
toast
that.
to that.
Yeah.
Bringing us in. Squirrel Rosenberg
Come
Radio,
on.
Squirrel Rosenberg TV. Refreshing libation, not only for the tongue, but for the ear.
Yeah.
Facts.
Wow. Key.
Beautiful voice.
Wow. Avery.
Come on, eh?
Dub City.
What up?
DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the house,
Three.
Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. So as we were just getting ready to marinate, we wanted to kind of just pull everything in, and we were discussing. If you notice, we were able to touch on everybody's inspiration and how they got started and why they do what they do. And as I said, off the scenes when everybody took a break and stretched your legs, and it's like we could be here talking for hours because
Yeah.
it's so beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But then what's so funny is I'm gonna be honest. When I heard you guys were coming up, and Extreme said I'm gonna bring this group come through, I said to myself, okay, I can only imagine because he knows, and I know him and I connected. So the caliber of what I'm expecting is got to be up there.
Right.
And we've only had 2 other artists on the show.
Facts.
You guys are number 3.
Wow.
DNA 3.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
But I'm
DNA
telling you right.
3.
Yeah, but I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now. Wow. The bar has been risen. Big round of applause
Yeah.
to what I just heard.
You hear that?
Big round of applause to what I just heard.
Come on.
And big round of applause to what I'm about to hear in a few when we
Yeah.
rock out with the single that's coming out. And we get to. But anyway, let me just marinate on this as we get ready to close on the powwow here before we swing into the freestyle and the building on this music thing. The connection, as we say, coincidence isn't a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's purpose driven.
Yep.
The way your mom, the exposure you got and the way she supported you, and just the way, even the writing and the whole nature thing. And I gotta tell you, you really made an impression on me when you mentioned nature.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was big.
you.
To the inspiration that you were, under the circumstances that you were exposed to,
Mm-hmm.
and for the route. And what I also heard, and it's the same thing when I spoke to Extreme, and this is also moving for me when I spoke to him, where his friends were maybe chilling, but they knew he wanted to do something, and they would wake him up and say, "Go do." They would support him in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I heard from your story.
Yeah.
And then to swing around to Dub City and hear your story.
Facts.
I love the, and we always say that when we go through some strugglements, as we say in Jamaica. I
Yeah.
just made up that word, but it's a Jamaican term. When you go through certain strugglements, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People
I
think,
like that though.
Yeah, but people think it's why me?
Yeah. Come on now.
I just got done asking that. That's crazy.
Talk to me, bro.
Why me?
Why
I
me?
just left probation earlier. Why me?
Why me?
I just got a call to come on the radio. Why me?
Why me?
Same day. Why me?
Why me?
Why not
Why
you?
me?
I just got a call to come sit with Squirrel Rosenberg.
Facts. You're one of the coolest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ooh, that was beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
I felt that.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the open heart. So I just want to salute you
Yeah.
all Not only because of the meaning of the name,
Mm-hmm.
the DNA, because I'm telling you right now, I'm a part of your DNA.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're
Yep.
part of my DNA
love
because
that.
you got the
Hey.
support right now. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, the team. We're gonna do everything to support you because, guys, you're really blasting off with something unique right now.
That's what's
You know
up,
what I mean?
man.
So as I get ready to close, I wanted to ask each and every one of you. You have the magic wand.
Okay.
You have one thing to do with that wand. What would you do? Ladies first.
It's difficult. I want to do a lot. Only one?
Only one.
Come on, women are superheroes.
Only one.
Honestly, I know this is real cliche, but I feel like DNA could really change the game.
Real talk.
And I do feel like I would use my magic wand to enlighten everyone, sprinkle some of that enlightenment on everyone.
Get these positive vibes on
DNA
you.
or nothing, right?
big.
Positive vibes.
Yeah.
Because
Big up.
we're not
Let's
just
to- let's
doing
to-
that
let's toast to
mumbling
that,
thing.
Keith.
Like,
Let's toast to that. That was beautiful. Yeah.
DNA in a
Couple
building.
green bottles, couple thing refreshing. I love that. That was big.
thanks.
Avery,
I mean,
you have the magic wand. One thing that you would.
the magic wand.
Ooh.
Make us rich.
And if you notice, I didn't say the magic stick like 50 Cent. I said the magic
I
wand.
got the magic.
Hey.
Make us
I
rich.
know,
eh?
I
Yeah,
can go on. Yeah.
Sprinkle somebody.
I mean, pretty much what Keith said. Basically, you know what I mean? I would really try to put DNA on the map with, like, because I feel like that's the main focus right now. So, you know what I mean? I write, of course, but, you know what I mean? This is where my attention is at. And I love
Yeah.
it. This is the happiest I've been in my life.
Same.
Yo, word up.
Same.
Same here,
So,
yo.
man,
Yo, look in that camera again, my dude, and say that on Squirrel Rosenberg
This is
Radio.
the happiest I've been in my life. So, you know
And
what
you know
I
why?
mean?
You know why? Because this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For
Put
sure.
that energy out there, bro.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I want to be in a couple more, months, year and a half, 2 years, because I love how things move at light speed in our world right now.
Oh, yeah.
When I can be like, hey, they were on my show.
Seriously.
You follow what I'm saying?
Facts.
As a matter of fact, wherever I'm gonna be, and they're like, yo, Rosenberg, your team, you gotta, what you wanna bring? Yo, call DNA.
Hey.
And we coming.
You know, we
Right,
coming.
we
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
gonna come.
You know, so I
We
want
coming
to big that
through.
up. So, and
yeah.
remember on the show when we talk and we build and we get to our stories, remember we want to share so other people can learn from what we're going through.
Yeah, that's
so I want to
real.
big you up on that. When you said that this is the happiest I've been,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't have the privilege of saying that.
Yeah, that's the truth. You know what I mean? Because there was
So-
times where we had dark ages. You know what I mean? We had dark vibes where it's like we don't know how we gonna come out of it.
But you know you're gonna come out of it.
Come on, you gotta believe.
Facts.
Dub City, you have the magic wand, my youth.
Ooh.
One thing that you're gonna do to make an influence.
It's a lot of See, I was gonna lean towards changing my life, people around me, but that's gonna come within due time. But my real thing
Beautiful.
is like getting people to support each other again. You know what I'm saying? It's been
bro.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? Men and women be going at it. You know what I mean? We in competition. Females in competition. Just to get the empowerment back. More people support each other. Like everybody got talent. You know what I'm saying? My city's just starting to catch on to that, and that's why a couple people are succeeding from my town now. It's like everybody start dying, so people like, oh, I don't want to be next. It's like, come on.
do
So
something. Get your
just to
life
leave
right.
that mark, like, look, man, let's support. You know what I'm saying? Kids is the future. Start with them.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
start with them. We
So,
born to win.
Before we and I want to salute you all from having for all having profound answers to that one loaded question. And as we get ready to close, I just want you to let my viewers know where they could get your music, your Instagram, your social media platforms. Anybody want to blast that off real quick?
Key talk to 'em.
You can follow us on SoundCloud, DNA3 Music. That's also our Instagram. That's really it. Everything is just DNA, the number 3, and music.
Yeah,
Yep.
DNA3 Music. Shout out to the team, HHBF Film, Black
Facts.
Havana,
Yep,
Right.
Torres
Chemo.
Sounds.
Torres Sounds,
Shout out to Extreme for making
Yeah,
this
DJ.
happen.
Extreme.
Yo,
Shout out to
big
the boy.
shout out to DJ
That's
Extreme.
yeah. We need one on that.
Yeah.
Shout out to the homie.
You hook that up. You heard?
Right.
For real.
That's love, and we
Shout
from
out
2
to
different
Kiara,
worlds.
too. She's
Yeah,
our
but yo,
promoter.
Extreme,
Yeah.
Extreme
get
is. Let me tell you the energy I get from Extreme.
Yeah.
And I'm glad my boy was able to bring the mic to him because
Yeah.
here's a guy who, number one, open heart and takes action.
Word.
I met this guy on Saturday. We hit a home run on Tuesday.
Wow.
I'm about to hit another home run on Friday.
Wow.
DJ Extreme, the check
That's
is
lit.
in the mail, my dude.
Yeah.
The check is in the mail.
Real
my
nigga
dude.
shit.
Bro, that's big. That's big. So,
Yeah.
as we get ready to wrap, once again, Key, could you just drop the social media platform so they know where to get your stuff?
Absolutely. DNA3 Music, that's on SoundCloud, Instagram.
And your personal page, so.
My personal Instagram is beautyis_key. That's KEE.
Yeah, Avery DNA, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's you catch me.
Dub City, DUBB_Torres Sound.
Boom. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, Squirrel Rosenberg TV. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run into their new single. We're gonna let them tag that. We're gonna go into that single. We're gonna close out with that single. Then I'm gonna get on the 1 and 2s. Dub City is gonna sit here, and what you just got a taste of, we're gonna give you a few minutes of. Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, Squirrel Rosenberg TV. Bomb.
If you don't know, I treat you just like a dime, baby. I ain't got no time for nobody stressing me. Keep a bad one next to me, just know I got the recipe. Definition of a real one. Shot it mean with the heels on. Graduated from the friend zone.